Previously, there was only one internship and there was only one more code in the final. 3 by DC students never had the internship immediately after the 1 year. So as there are many advocates which are coming into the field with very little knowledge or with no knowledge of practical aspect, though in academic field. But when it comes to the real advocacy, they are very they are lacking the confidence in real practice. So OU has introduced this with an objective of students getting an exposure how an advocate works. Now, as this is very first internship and very limited syllabus has been completed, we are not getting into the case clause or case files or reading cases or getting into the court visits without knowing. It's very difficult. So our internship will be based on the following aspects. One is the fundamental aspects, the practical aspect. Second is the theoretical aspect, knowing how the law works. Our internship is based on 3 modules. First module is the very practical aspect, how an advocate works and what are the tools for an advocate. The very first tool is your laptop or the iPad or the pen, pencil, stationery items, and what are the forms which are required. So when it comes to the forms,
can we with
permission letter from your college, then you need to take the authorization permission letter and submit it in the court, whichever court you want, and they will authorize you to observe the court. Yesterday I happened to be in Nampally Criminal Court. My senior was having a cross exam. He was about to get a cross examination. So he called his interns. I was a junior there. He called his interns. The court did not allow, the judge did not allow the intern to sit even on the last bench. And the judge asked, where is the authorization letter? So I would advise all the interns who are doing the internship and doing the court visit, in order to avoid disappointment, you have to take the permission letter individually and submit it in the court and take the authorization letter, so there is not one court. If you say Nampally Criminal Court, there are n number of courts. What you get in one court is different from what you get in the other court. So one judge might allow you to observe the proceedings. The other judge would say bring them. And I would say the advantage of having an authorized letter is that they will issue you a proper ID card. They will issue a proper ID card. And with that ID card or with that authorization letter of the court, you can visit any court. And once the court observes you that you are coming daily, they will observe you. And you can directly approach the judge for internship in courts. And after this internship happens, after this, when you are very regular to the court, you will be a known face in the courts. Most of the court work is all about networking, is all about knowing the people there, because you have to interact with not only the judge but with the section officer. They will understand, okay, this person is this advocate is, or this student is today advocate, today's student you are interns, but tomorrow you are all advocates. First you will become a junior advocate under someone, then you can become a senior advocate. And once you establish your integrity with the court, you can become advocate commissioners tomorrow. The court, whenever it is a delegation of power by the judges to the advocates for some particular sort ad hoc time, the power of judge is given to the advocates for cross-examination, for doing the work of a judge, cross-examination. So this is very important. We might take it today's interns are they are taking very loosely. If they allow, we will sit, otherwise we will sit in another court. But getting into the professionally into the system will fetch far greater results than just going one or two. Mostly, so the very first module is our basic advocate office. Then you have advocate office checklist. Then can you please open created a comprehensive list of all the possible topics which an intern can do it. Now I have given the independence to our interns. Okay, right? I will be explaining you all the 52 topics to 54 topics which an advocate will work. As you have just cleared your first year. So it's on your many of the colleges, as I have been giving internship coaching to many colleges, many students of colleges. One of the college said, okay, bhai, you need not write anything which is beyond your syllabus. Beyond your syllabus. As you have completed your only first year, 2 semesters. So take only those topics which are in your syllabus. For example, we have completed our constitution, we have completed our family law, we have completed our environmental law, we have completed our contract law, and we have been introduced to the criminal law and the evidence. So we have to confine ourselves to the subject we have already studied, not going into the procedural aspects, not going into the procedural. So there are 50 to 54 topics. For example, in the sub module, in the module 1, I have divided into the sub modules. One is the advocate office and professional setup. Advocate office and professional setup. Some of the topics are advocate office observation and working system, advocate office checklist. Now it is very important. Many of the, even in the professionals, when we start our work, when we bring groceries, our parents used to give us a list, and after you come back, they'll check 1, 2, 3, did you bring this or not? So that is the basic. So advocate office checklist. So all these checklists will have the formats. Do you have wakalatnama? Do you have the memo of preference? Do you have this required way act? Do you have this ready reckoners? So you need to have a basic checklist. Do you have the dockets? Do you have the laptop? Do you have the printer? Do you have the required number of stationery available with you? This might look like very frivolous. This might look like very basic item, but this will make or break your case. When you require a pen, when you require a pencil, when you require a scale, it shows that you are organized. Then you have client counseling pro forma. Now, whenever client comes, just hearing is not enough. You need to note down very alertness, with alertness. Okay, what other said? He might say 50, you might heard 15. So you have to note down. I have given our students the pro forma for the client counseling. Pro forma for client counseling. The heading is
client interview, advocate office.
In the advocate office. The very basic details what you have to note it down from a client is
Name,
client's name,
age of the client, sex or gender, residence address, brief facts of the case, the court in which the case is pending, the the opinions of the client on the judicial proceeding, any advice given by the student.
Now, as student intern, as you are observing, you have already studied your subject. So, no senior advocate is perfect, no junior advocate is perfect, no student is perfect. Now, the knowledge which I have, both study the same law, but the understanding might be different. So, one person comes for a divorce. You have already studied it. So, you might observe it and you will, with the consent of the senior, you might give some advice. For example, the other day I was sitting in the I was sitting in the High Court office with my senior. The client came. He asked me to sit beside me. When the client came into the case of divorce, the client married, got married last year in October. Now, it was an interreligious marriage.
Sure.
Interreligious marriage, and he wanted divorce. He wanted a divorce. Now, as he wanted the divorce, he wanted a mutual divorce, not contested divorce. He wanted a mutual divorce. Now there is a clause saying that if you have to, if you want a divorce, even if it is mutual divorce, the married persons have to wait at least 1 year before applying for mutual divorce. And once the after 1 year you apply for a divorce, then the court will give you again 6 months to reconsider. It is there in the Hindu marriage law. When my senior said, I just recollected and I said, sir, is the provision same in both the Hindu marriage and special marriage act? Then he said yes. Yes, there is a provision of 1 year and 6 months of cooling. So this you have to be very clear. Yes, sometimes senior might not ask, or the essence of going to the internship is students should ask doubts. If you don't ask doubts, then there is no use of internship.